All right, welcome back to the channel again, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I just had to know, um, because with this whole situation with Gene Hackman, um, my whole thing is, at his age, like I talked about in the last video, you would think, because I said I don't know the family dynamics, like what the relationship with the kids are. But you would think at his age that, there would be some type of consistent checking in, right? So I'm just trying to see if there was. It says, what to know about Gene Hackman's three kids as more mysterious details emerge. Um, yeah, I just wanted to check this video out to see if they'll talk about what the relationship was. Because, sometimes when people remarry, the kids don't really have, depending on how they might have divorced, sometimes the kids may side with the mother, sometimes with the father, and then that relationship can get kind of weird. So like I said, I just wanted to see if they had a healthy relationship, you know. So we ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Following the suspicious deaths of Gene Hackman and his second wife, Betsy Arakawa, all eyes are on Hackman's three adult children, as more mysterious details emerge about the scene in New Mexico involving pills, Betsy's mummified corpse, and one of the couple's three dogs dead. Gene Hackman had three children with his first wife, Faye Maltese. Their marriage of 30 years fell apart just as Gene's movie career soared. The couple divorced in 1986, and his relationship with his kids struggled. Faye passed away in 2017. Their youngest daughter, Leslie Ann Hackman, age 58, now admits that she hadn't talked to her dad and stepmom in a couple months before their bodies were found on February.
In a couple of months. That's what I was talking about as far, like, I'm just saying, um, like I ain't seen Gene Hackman um in a while. So I don't know what he sound like when he talked or what, I don't know. But I'm just saying, a couple of months not talking to your parent. Yeah. That's why I wanted to see if there was some type of consistent checking in.
26th and had been dead for days or possibly weeks. Leslie lives in California, hundreds of miles away from the couple's multi-million-dollar home in Santa Fe, but she claimed they were very close. Leslie also told the Daily Mail that her 95-year-old father was in very good physical condition, doing yoga and Pilates several times a week, and to her knowledge, he was in good health and hadn't undergone any major surgeries in the past few months. Leslie described Gene and Betsy's marriage as wonderful and gave her 63-year-old
Good health. I guess she's saying for his age. Because I mean, 95, nobody's expecting you to be in good health. But I mean, if she's saying he was still as healthy as a 95-year-old can be, that makes the situation even more crazier. But it could have deteriorated in those last 2 months. Don't know.
stepmom credit for, quote, keeping him alive. Hackman's friend, Doug Lanham, echoed the sentiment, telling TMZ that Betsy kept Gene on a strict diet. She monitored his eating habits closely, often having him order healthy choices such as halibut or rice paper salmon, although Gene would allegedly try to sneak a cheat meal whenever he hung out with Doug. Concerns over his heart health were actually what pushed the legendary actor to retire from show business in 2004 at the age of 74. The Hackman family is now processing the grief and awaiting updates on the official causes of.
It's just confusing me. Like the daughter said he's in good health, and then he had to retire from acting because of his health at the age of 74. And again, like I said, if you think about some actors today, a lot of them are still going and they're a lot older than 74. So like that's what I mean when I said like the health conditions, like man.
Death. Leslie and her older sister Elizabeth Jean Hackman, age 63, the same age as her late stepmother, initially speculated that the couple died from carbon monoxide poisoning, but police say there was no obvious sign of a leak, and the gas company is investigating. Jean and Betsy's autopsies and toxicology reports are pending. As for the police report, it painted a chilling scene at the house. The Hackman's front door was found unsecured and open. An orange pill bottle and pills were scattered on the floor, and the couple's other 2 dogs were alive and running loose in the house. Betsy's body was described as mummified and bloated. In a February 27th press release, the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office confirmed that there were no apparent signs of foul play, no sign of forced entry or theft, nor was there any sign of external trauma to either of the deceased. While Hackman seemed to be close with his daughters, so far there has been no public word from Jean's son, Christopher Hackman, age 65. There was an apparent rift between the actor and his eldest kid, dating back to the first marriage ending in the 80s.
I said
In
that.
1989, just a few years after Jean and Faye divorced, he confessed to the New York Times Magazine that it was temptations of money and recognition that made it difficult to turn down movie roles that ultimately took him away from his family for long stretches. Then in 2011, Jean told GQ, "I lost touch with my son in terms of advice early on. Maybe it had to do with being gone so much, doing location films when he was at an age when he needed support and guidance. It was very tough for me to be gone for 3 months and then come home and start bossing him around." Elizabeth, Leslie, and Hackman's granddaughter, Annie, released a statement confirming his passing, telling the Post, "It is with great sadness that we announce the passing of our father, Gene Hackman, and his wife, Betsy. He was loved and admired by millions around the world for his brilliant acting career. But to us, he was always just Dad and Grandpa. We will miss him sorely and are devastated by the loss."
As I suspected, the relation, actors, when you play sports, of course, music, when you're on the road traveling, I mean, you don't see your family for a while. And, I'll be watching those videos of like people in the army or military returning home to see their family. Like a lot of times they'll leave and the kid is probably like 1 or 2, and they come back and they're like surprised, and the kid will kind of look like as if they almost don't recognize this person. Now, of course, people do like FaceTiming or whatever, but a lot of times the kids is like, because you in and out of their lives so much. But I mean, you heard what Gene said, that the temptations of like, you about to be in a movie and you see that check they about to give you, and you're like, I can't turn that. This gonna set my family up for life. But at the same time, it allows you to see how unimportant money can be sometimes. And just your presence is the richest gift, that you can give to your child. It's tough, man. It's tough. But that's what I wanted to see this video for, to see what the relationship was like. Were they checking up on him? I feel like more is still going to come out. But the number one thing is sticking with me is the fact that there were no, as of now, they haven't mentioned any cameras on the property. So, appreciate y'all coming over and watching. Peace out.